Weightless, Making Space for My Resilient Body and Soul by Evette Dion is for people who like memoirs that mixes personal narrative with cultural observations and critiques. Yvette specifically talks about personal narratives of being a fat Black woman and what does that mean when it comes to sexual relationships? What does it mean when it comes to romantic partnerships, family, peers, navigating travel, navigating work? So it's really just a first person narrative of what does it mean to have a body that society deems as unworthy of care and love. In each chapter, she goes into specific, like she goes into a personal narrative, and then she gives a larger context to what does it mean for the larger society and what does that look like. So in the chapter I'm going to read from, the chapter is All Hail the Queens of Not Giving Two Fucks, and it talks about how fat women aren't allowed to be sexual on the media landscape. And so she says, Missy's music is inherently sexual. Get Your Freak On is one of the kinkiest songs of all time, and 1 Minute Man isn't that far behind. She's vocal about desiring a hot boy, yet she's never been positioned as the sex symbol she so clearly is. Instead, her appeal is attributed solely to her creativity and ability to innovate. Her music videos are surely out of this world, but so is her proclamation that fat women deserve healthy relationships full of good sex that lasts longer than a minute. In an ideal world, Missy would have been the woman I wanted to model myself after, but she was never considered raunchy or even beautiful. Instead, she was the asexual fat friend who could make people laugh and make them think, not the woman who gets chosen at the end of the video and swept into a luxurious life full of furs, jewels, and expensive trips. She then goes into the historical intersections of that. So then she goes into the mammy caricature of Black women and how it's the expectation that we are always the caregivers and we play second best. And then she also goes into the intersections of that is what women experience, but then fat Black women also experience. They're not even able to be sexualized. So they're not only deemed caretakers, but they're also having to be caretakers who have no sexual desires or no sexual needs or wants. So this book is definitely for people who like personal narratives, but also mixed with a larger critique of society and what it means in relationship to their identities and different intersections of their identities.